So we're actually going ahead and burning this ornamental grass because it's kind of in the way of where we're going to be putting our fence up anyway. But even burning it, it actually doesn't kill it. It will sprout right back up, so it's pretty tough stuff to get rid of. Our fence is going to be coming like right down around it, kind of like right in front of it, really. We're laying all this out to try to figure out where our corner post is going to be to square this off.
Look at, Rue. I see something moving. Big worm, Rue.
It's kind of like a fishing line. See if you can catch a chicken.
Because that row of fence line actually curves to the contour of the hillside. Kind of a roadway that comes down through here is curved following the hillside. So you can't really square our fence down here to the curve. We're actually making more of a straight line down here in the lower part of the hillside of the garden. So what we came up with as far as just trying to decide where to put this lower corner post in relation to that corner, we just pulled our tape to get a straight line here. And I just put a mark here. That's our straight line that runs all the way to the corner of
Our storage building.
We're gonna come off the corner of that with the fence. So we just pulled that straight line to this area. Now we're gonna pull this tape measure from that corner post, which is going to be a corner post. We're done with it. And the idea being we'll pull it down to this green line that I drew, and wherever our shortest distance on the tape measure is going to be what we're going to call square. Hate to say, but I think you were actually right.
I knew it!
It was more this way. How far off was that?
6 feet.
3 feet maybe.
I win.
So we were trying to eyeball it. I felt like it was more that way. Tara thought it was more that way. This time she was actually right when we measured. We're gonna have to mark this first post based off of where we're putting the gate. Ah!
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What? You found my eggs!
There's one clutch anyway.
Our chickens are free range and they kind of quit laying their eggs in the chicken coop, and so to find my eggs I kind of have to go on an Easter egg hunt every day, and I haven't had any eggs for like probably a week now that I've been able to find. Well, look what Glenn just found.
There's another one too. Look at them all.
What is it, like?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eggs. It's almost like going to the grocery store and getting a carton of eggs.
The question is one hen doing this, or more likely?
I know.
It's almost like because we found this before, where there's a big clutch. Like, it's almost like they communicate, and they're all laying in one place, and then one hen will keep sitting on them.
Yeah.
We haven't caught them doing this yet, but
Like we're not finding an egg here and an egg there. It's like
It's a
you always
clutch.
find a clutch of
Yeah,
them.
it's always a clutch of eggs. And my biggest concern is, because they could be fertilized, is how old are they?
How old are
Has
they?
a hen been
Yeah.
sitting on them? I will say they've been going in the chicken coop though every night, so I'd say they're probably not really like baby chicks happening in here.
But yeah, and how do you check for that?
Well, there's really only two things you can do. Is you can candle them and shine like a flashlight through them to see if you can see like any like like blood vessels inside, or you can check kind of the age of the egg and all that to make sure it's okay to still eat. Is you can float it in a glass of water, and if the egg sinks to the bottom, it's fine to eat and you've got time to eat it. If it like floats halfway in the glass but doesn't come to the surface, then you should probably eat it right away. And if it actually floats, you probably should just get rid of it. I don't really know like what the density of that has to do with whatever's going on there, but that's how you judge if an egg is okay to eat that you find in random places.
Or if it's just like a questionable, like if you've had the eggs for a long time.
Yeah.
And like if you
exactly.
And you're like, oh man, I don't know, these eggs are kind of old.
Right. Yeah.
You can check it by floating.
Yeah, and I don't, like I said, I don't know what's like going on inside the egg that changes the density to make it like float versus sink. I don't
Not
understand
sure about
all
that, but that's something I've always heard.
Yeah, I haven't researched all that, but you know, all I'll do is take these inside, and they're actually all cold. But sometimes you can have a hen that maybe leaves her nest for 4+ hours, and your eggs might be a little chilly, but they can still hatch. So I'm just gonna take these inside and candle them. We're not ready for hens to sit on eggs yet because we just don't have anywhere. We don't have enough space for them quite yet. They just stay in their movable coop right now. So, but once we get them in their more permanent place down at our like goat barn, chicken coop thing that we're gonna do, then we'll be able to let our hens sit on eggs and make a nice little brooding.
Well, they're definitely not sitting on them at night because
they're going in the coop.
They're all showing up to go in the coop at night.
There's a hen sitting over here behind you. I wonder if she's up to something.
She's probably wondering.
She's probably waiting for her eggs.
Messing with her eggs. She wants to go sit on them.
There might be a whole nother clutch over there. Like, it's been like a whole week since we've had eggs, I'd say. There she is. She looks suspicious. Is there anything under her?
No, she was just calmly sitting there like she was waiting on us.
Yeah, maybe she was. I have looked back here through all these bushes. I knew they probably were laying somewhere back here, and I never ever saw them. So, good job, Glenn. We mentioned in our last video where we're going to be putting our fence up that we have underground power that runs through this area where we're going to be putting our fence posts and stuff. So we had to call to get the power company to come out to mark our underground power, and they actually finally did come out. It took them like a lot longer than it's supposed to, but they actually finally did. So now we have that marked and we should be good to go.
Man, it's so windy. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to mark that post back there because we'll probably just put this post in here and measure back.
Okay.
Because this doesn't come out even here.
We've got all the holes drilled now for the other side of the fence, and I think we're going to go ahead and start setting some posts. We have really fantastic weather today, but it's actually supposed to snow tomorrow, and I think we're supposed to get a good bit, like at least enough to shovel.
It's actually 7 plus the 2 braces, so that would be 9.
So there's 11 on the other side with the braces?
Yes.
Look at that math.
The tractor does all the work. I just have to use a post hole digger to clean the hole out basically for what's left behind that doesn't actually auger out.
Well, and you have that post hole thing marked to where your hole depth is. So.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so I just got this piece of tape. It tells me we're 2 feet, so I can easily just, instead of having to keep measuring the hole, I can just see where the tape is even with the top of the hole, and I know I got my 2 feet. Which actually I do now. So
Easy.
easy peasy. It'll start raining sometime tonight and then turn to snow, but
Yep.
then, you know, when snow melts, it's the same as rain.
Yeah.
Water to fill our holes.
Yep.
You want to help, Chicky? You always like to be pet, don't you? Come on, Chicky. Help. What do you think about this post? You want to tee up next? You do? Well, you can. Yeah, I think so. You're gonna do. What do you think, Chicky? Yeah. You want to look in that hole for bugs? Is that what you want to do?
I have some snacks in the fridge for you tomorrow. Some liver.
You want to go to bed so you can get your liver snack?
Yeah. We got a half of a cow a while back.
We bought, yeah.
Yeah, we bought a half.
Bought half a beef to put in
yeah.
our freezer, and
when they asked if I wanted the liver, I
so
was like,
come with the liver,
Yeah.
and we don't eat it.
yeah.
So,
So
but
like,
chickens love it.
yeah,
Just chop it up small for them.
yeah,
That's the great thing about chickens, or pigs. We don't have pigs, but I mean stuff like that are just, they'll eat just anything. Like
yeah.
anything you have to offer them, they love
Yep.
it.
Any questionable food in your fridge? It's great for chicken or.
So nothing goes to waste.
Yeah.
I mean, even the stuff you put out the compost pile, they pick through the compost pile all the
Yep,
time.
they do. They do. And of course, I'm sure, depending on the time of the year, in the summertime in the compost pile, they probably find lots of bugs and stuff and worms and all that too. But
I mean,
even this time of
they
the year,
eat actual stuff that you put
yeah,
in.
they actually eat stuff out of it. It looks like they actually called this one right. We ended up getting about 6 inches of snow. I already went ahead early this morning and took the chickens to a little bit of food and water. They really won't come out anyway when there's snow on the ground, but I'm going to go ahead and shovel a path to their coop. And if they do want to come out, they can, but I kind of doubt they will. The good news is that the snow isn't going to last long. It's supposed to get up back into like the 50s, 60s, 70s next week, so this is going to melt pretty quick. Just one last wallop before spring sets in, I guess. All right, I'm going to get to shoveling. It's actually started snowing again. So, I don't know how long this is gonna last. I might just be wasting my time. You don't want anything to do with that snow, do you? I have no intention of coming out of there. I don't blame them. I'm sure that snow is really cold on their feet.